And let's not forget about the Paralympic Games also taking place in Paris. The Paralympics are set to begin at the end of August. And as Cronkite News reporter Alex DeCosta reports, one local wheelchair tennis player is hoping to be among the athletes headed to the Games.
Andrew Bagdanov is a force to be reckoned with. Bagdanov started competing in wheelchair tennis less than 3 years ago and has taken his game further than he has ever imagined. Bagdanov was involved in a snowboarding accident 10 years ago that left him paralyzed from the chest down with a spinal cord injury. Impressively, within a week after the accident, Bagdanov was already doing pull-ups in the hospital. As an athlete and adrenaline seeker, he was eager to get active again. Since then, Bagdanov has competed in triathlons, skydiving, and even skied the slopes again. But it was the game of tennis that ignited his spark. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Andrew discovered his love for the sport.
It started as, something just like local, where I would be playing in San Diego and Phoenix and just in tournaments near me on the West Coast. And now it's worldwide. It's incredible to be able to play all these different places and against, some amazing athletes too from different countries.
Competing overseas would not have been possible if it weren't for Andrew's coach, Chris. He brought the Prescott community together and raised thousands of dollars for a tennis-specified wheelchair that is crucial for quad tennis. The dedicated coach continues to raise money to help pay for Andrew's travel expenses.
I have to give a lot of credit to Chris. He has a very busy schedule, but he's been able to make time for me. He's taken notes. He's gone to a lot of my matches. I just played in Indian Wells, and he drove out there 4.5 hours. Didn't even pay him. He just came to support me and be there and train and warm me up before matches, and that's really special, so I'm grateful for that.
For a sport so demanding, a support system is crucial. For Andrew, his longtime partner Sharon is always by his side. Sharon can sense Andrew's needs just by looking at him, whether it is a snack in between sets or a towel to cool him down.
The heat and exhaustion that he deals with being in a wheelchair with his disabilities, to everybody watching him, you would never know any of that. It's really taxing on these guys. And when you look at somebody who's in a wheelchair outperforming as an elite athlete, you have to understand that they're using their arms to swing, right? And this is not just whenever there's a tournament setting or during training, like their arms are their legs.
Coach Chris appreciates the path that Andrew has paved for the next generation of quad tennis players.
There's a whole group of young wheelchair players that are looking at what they want to do in the future. And when they get introduced to tennis and they see some of the people like Andrew and all these other top players that have gone from a no player to a great player, it's inspirational to them. And one of the things Andrew will always say, and I truly believe him, when he's on the court playing, he forgets that he's in a chair. How do you beat that?
Just 3 years into his tennis career, Andrew represented the red, white, and blue at the BNP Paribas World Team Cup last year. In Prescott, Alex DeCosta, Cronkite News.
And we are happy to report that Andrew did indeed qualify for this year's Paralympic Games.